Hello and welcome to your class today. Thank you for joining me. We'll begin in a comfortable seated position. So you can grab a bolster and pop that underneath your hips or even a block or any other supports that just make you feel comfortable seated, cross-legged. And once you have found your shape, just gently closing your eyes, resting the hands on the knees or in your lap, palms facing upwards. Taking these first few moments to settle into your breath, breathing slowly and deeply in and out through your nose. Sending your breath all the way down into your belly, and as we gently breathe here, tapping into your quiet inner strength, that place that is within you, just allowing yourself to sit here in that strength. And the strength that speaks to you, that tenderly touches your heart in your quiet moments, allowing yourself to dwell here in this safe space, to breathe a little deeper, you may like to bring one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. It's really connecting into that space within you. Taking three more slow, deep breaths. And when you feel ready to, bringing your hands on top of your knees, just take a few seated cat-cow movements. So bringing your chest forward through your shoulders, and the chin can stay level here. You can tilt it up a bit if that feels comfortable in your neck. And then curling back in, just stretching through your spine, tucking your chin in towards your chest. You may like to move with your breath, coming forward on a breath in and back on an exhale. Or you may like to go just a little bit slower than that and stay for a full breath in each posture. Taking one more round in your own time. Coming back to seated, lengthening up through your spine. And we'll just gently roll through our neck in one direction. You may roll your head back on a breath in and roll it forward on a breath out. One more in this direction. Going the other way. One more in this direction. Bringing your head back up to center, pausing, taking a few deep, slow breaths. Or move into a pigeon pose or a sleeping swan um, pose. So coming onto your knees and just moving your prop out of the way for now. And you may like to have blocks for this one, or you can use your bolster. So it just depends on your preference. And I just like to start in tabletop and just take a few rocks and movements. But you can also come into it from downward facing dog if you feel like that today. Then just bringing your right knee up and up to your right wrist. So if you're in down dog, you can lift your right leg up to the sky and then bring it through. You might like to bring or hover your left knee if you're in tabletop just to scoot your right leg under. So your right knee is just behind your right wrist, lengthening the left leg out behind you, just relaxing it back. And you can use the bolster here, bringing it just in front and coming down, resting a cheek. Or you can use your blocks. You can just pop them just in front, and they're just to rest your forearms onto. And you may like to just stay a little bit more lifted for today. So just finding whatever works for you today, either your bolster or your blocks, or you can even have your hands on your blocks and stay lifted here if that's a bit more comfortable. So just going to your variation, closing down your eyes or just having a soft gaze downwards. Tapping into your quiet inner strength, breathing into that place within, softening through the glutes, the hips as much as you can, softening through your jaw, your face. Taking another 3 breaths or so. When you're ready to move out of this posture, then gently doing so. If you're on a bolster, just walking your hands up. And if you're on blocks, just taking your hands and your arms off your blocks. Coming back into a tabletop or a down dog. And just taking some movements just to release that stretch. So you can gently sway from side to side, or you may like to just kind of stretch out that leg. When you feel ready to coming onto the other side. So, depending on where you're coming from, down dog or tabletop, just bringing your left knee to meet your left wrist, allowing your right leg just to relax on your mat. And again, using your blocks or a bolster. And you can always do something different on this side than the previous side, just because often one side is a little bit different to the other. So I think I'll use my bolster for this side. And just coming down, if you're not already, bringing a cheek. And if you feel like your bolster is a little bit too low, you can grab a block and actually just pop it under just to like lift it up a little and then settling in. Afternoon, afternoon, lower back, afternoon, face, my shoulders, Open, breath, also here. Gently helping yourself up, coming back into your tabletop or down dog if you prefer. Just releasing through the hips, the glute and the leg in any way that feels good for you. And then we'll just make our way seated once more. I'm just coming onto your mat this time. We're just going to take a straddle forward fold. But if you would like some support underneath your hips, you can roll up a blanket and pop it under there if you'd like. Just taking your legs out as wide as you would like to. They don't have to be super wide or anything like that. And we're just going to bring our bolster just in between our legs. And again, if you feel like your bolster's a little bit too low, you can always place your block underneath and pop it on top. Something like that. Or if you have two bolsters, you can stack them on top of one another. So we'll just lengthen up through the spine and then just forward folding when you're ready. So you can just rest your arms onto your support here, or even a cheek if you come all the way down. Breathing deeply and softly into that place within that holds your strength, but also your calm and peace. A quiet place within. With every breath in, just see if you can sink a little bit deeper, soften a little bit more. And taking 3 more slow and steady breaths. And when you feel ready to just walk your hands back into your body and slowly roll up through the spine. And we'll just pause here, taking another deep breath and just moving your props out of your way. And you may like to just bring your bolster across your mat. We're going to lay down onto our backs. So you may like to just set that up for underneath your knees. And then just bringing one block to the top of the mat where your head will be, because we'll be using that as we come down. And the other block can just go out of the way. Bringing your legs together and then just making your way down onto your back. And as you lay down, you may like to just hug your knees in towards your chest and take any little rocks, little movements, and then resting the legs down. And we'll bring our block just underneath our head, and it's just gonna go at the base of the skull. So just finding a comfortable position for that. So your neck isn't on the block, it's just more your head and just the base of your skull. You can rest your arms down, just resting your head. And you can stay here in stillness, or you may like to gently your head from side to side, just slowly massaging through those little tendons, muscles at the base of the skull. And if you find a spot that feels a little bit more tender, you can always stay there and just gently rock back and forth slowly, helping to release it. Taking 3 more breaths here, either in movement or stillness. When you're ready, just gently lifting your head and removing the block, putting it off to the side, and settling in for your Shavasana. So you can take any little movements or adjustments, making yourself comfortable. Resting here in your quiet inner strength. Beginning to gently deepen your breath, inviting some small movements to the body, rolling out through your ankles, your toes, your fingers, and taking any other stretches or movements that you would like to. And when you're ready, just gently rolling over onto your preferred side in a ball and just pausing for a breath. Then gently helping yourself up, coming back into a seated position on your mat. When you get there, gently closing your eyes, or you can have a soft gaze downwards if you prefer. And gently tapping into that well of strength that is within, and feeling each breath reinvigorating your cells, your body, your heart with this strength. Taking one more slow and deep breath, bringing your hands to your heart. You can bow your head down to your heart if you like as well, offering yourself gratitude, love, and the light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. And thank you for joining me for your practice today. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or evening. I'll see you again next time.